All right. Oh boy, we got a big news. Two big news stories to start this one off. And yeah. Okay, so we're gonna just start right off with this big news story. I can't believe this has happened. Classic Doctor's New Monsters is getting a volume 3 and 4. This makes me so happy. This set from Big Finish is one that I think is tremendous. You just take the old Doctors and you take the new Who villains and you're just like, this is how the Doctor knows the villain. You know, it's a great concept. Take an old Doctor, take a new Who villain, put them together. This can either be the first time the Doctor's met them, or it's just a cool thing to say, like, oh my god, the Sixth Doctor is fighting the, the Carrionites, Just a cool thing to say. The Seventh Doctor is fighting the Sycorax, you know? But they announced that Big Finish, of course, have announced that Classic Doctor's New Monsters is coming back. This set will have Tim Treloar playing the Third Doctor, the Fourth Doctor, the Sixth Doctor, and the Eighth Doctor. And the companions will be Leela for the Fourth Doctor, Sarah Jane for the Third Doctor, and Charlie for the Eighth Doctor. So more Eighth Doctor and Charlie has got me very excited. Okay, and it says that here are the villains. The first one is the cowardly Tivolians that were in the episode The God Complex. I don't remember that. The Hawks of Balhoun, who is in the episode The End of the World, which again, I don't remember him. And the Dream Crabs from Last Christmas. I remember the Dream Crabs from Last Christmas. So they're going to be here as well. So, let's take a look-see at these 4 stories. So the first story, The House That Hawks Built by Tim Foley. The Third Doctor and Sarah Jane journey far into the future of Earth, and the last thing they expected to find on the planet is a haunted house. Invited to dinner by the Hawks of Balhoun in his ovine ward, the TARDIS travelers experience strange and disturbing phenomena, and the Doctor is determined to discover the cause. We have The Tivolian Who Knew Too Much by Robert Valentine. Taking an Italian holiday, the Fourth Doctor and Leela encounter another tourist far from home. Timble-Fibbis is a particularly timid Tivolian, but he has much to be fearful about. Guarding a vital data chip, the 3 visitors are soon caught up in the machinations of a crime boss and his gang, and a dangerous alien assassin. That one seems kind of cool. Together in Eclectic Dreams by Roy Gill. The Doctor takes companion Mary to the archipelago of High Dream to try and stop the nightmare she's having in the TARDIS. Instead, they find the Leith Foundation, a research facility overseen by musician Tara, lulling her clients to sleep with soothing melodies. But the Cantrofari are haunting, and a mystery green man holds the key to escape. And then the final one, If I Should Die Before I Wake, by John Dorney, and this was from an idea from Jacqueline Rayner. The Eighth Doctor and Charlie are lost in a labyrinth of monsters, and somewhere lurking are the Dream Crabs. From the Sphinx to Gargons, Cerberus, and Pegasus, the Greek myths are alive and threatening the TARDIS duo with death at every turn. How long until their fates unravel and the truth is revealed? So, looking at these 4 stories, I do have to say one thing about the set. They have picked monsters that people really don't care about. Who was like the choice of monsters was very interesting. That they've picked monsters that people are not gonna remember. No one's gonna remember any of these people. The Dream Crabs, I think, are the one that people are gonna know the most. Just like me. because no, I don't remember any of these other ones. None. None of them at all. Um, I do have to say as well that it seems the Sixth Doctor is getting another new companion. Another one. You're just giving him a new one in Hebe, who's going to join him and Mel. So that extends Mel a bit. Uh, and now we've got Mary here. Where does she fit in? Is she after Evelyn now? I don't know. Is she after Constance and Flip? I don't know. Just keep adding to the Sixth Doctor. It gets to the point where it's like maybe you should stop this. A bit too much. Out of the stories, I mean the crab one with 8 and Charlie seems like the one that's the most interesting. The first one with the Third Doctor and Sarah, that one actually does sound pretty cool. The Fourth Doctor one does also sound good. I think the Sixth Doctor one is the one I'm not the most excited about, which is sad. But this is supposed to come out in August, so that'll be good. They recorded this on February 1st this year. Wow. And a fourth set is scheduled for October of next year, and it's called Broken Memories. This set is called Stuff of Nightmares, which they're now titling them, because the last two didn't have titles. It was just Galactic Doctor's New Monsters, Volume 1, Volume 2. Volume 3 now has a name, The Stuff of Nightmares, and number 4 has Broken Memories. I hope for Volume 4 they pick monsters that are actually memorable. I do hope they pick monsters that people are like, oh, I know that one. Please do. Am I gonna get this? I don't know. I might have to for the Fourth Doctor and Leela story. Just because of where it fits in the timeline. It's them two alone. So I might have to get that. But if I get my Big Finish, the next haul, before this comes out, I'm not gonna bother. And I'll have to wait until I get to the Sixth Doctor timeline to get this set. So yeah, I could get this set this year, or I could get it next year. Well, not next year. I could get it further on down the line. Moving on, WWE news. Here we go. This is a big one. On Friday, they announced that their UK pay-per-view, the one that's going to be in Cardiff, is going to be called Clash at the Castle. Which, alright, that's not a bad name. I saw some people said Collision in Cardiff was another one. But Clash at the Castle. Okay, that's not too bad. However, WWE did something very stupid. On that exact same day, they released Superstars. It was a big Black Friday. And I only put down the names of the ones I cared about. So Persia Parada was released. She's been Indy Hartwell's best friend for a while now. And she's gone. So I don't know what they're going to do with that story. Because they were doing the story with Indy and Dexter and Persia and Duke. We're doing a story. Now Persia's gone. Harland was released. He's Joe Gacy's buddy. He's gone. I'm not too upset. I'm not upset. I'm more shocked because they really were high on the guy, and they've gotten rid of him now. It's like this was the guy that they said was like, oh, this is the next Brock Lesnar. Well, you've just fired him. How can he be? Malcolm Bivens is gone. That shocks me because they were doing a story with Diamond Mine. Where the story with Diamond Mine is like, it looked like that they were going to boot Roderick Strong out because every time Roderick Strong calls a meeting, Malcolm Bivens looked pissed. And now Malcolm Bivens is gone. So I fully expect on NXT that Roddy's going to say something along the lines of, oh, Malcolm was weak and I fired him. It's like, come on, man. Dakota Kai is gone. That hurts me. I loved Dakota Kai. But I'm so hopeful that she's going to find work elsewhere. There's no way. They never really did anything with Dakota. She hasn't been doing much, so it's not too bad. But it is sad because I love Dakota Kai. And the big one. This is the big one that I did not expect. Dexter Loomis was let go? Again, he's also part of, like, you know, the Indy Persia story. But he's been a big name in NXT for a while now, and the fact they got rid of him, that really shocks me. I did not expect Dexter Loomis to get fired. And apparently, a lot of people didn't because he was like a last minute thing. He wasn't supposed to be fired, and then they just fired him. And also, according to our good old buddy Sean Ross Sapp at Fightful, there could be more releases. And also, it seems WWE is introducing a 90-day policy where if they don't see improvement in you in 90 days, they will fire you. Which, this company just gets worse and worse every freaking day, don't they? Don't they? They're pieces of garbage that they are. Hate WWE. Hate them. But that's it for the news, really. That's all I have for news. And it's big news, though. It is big news. But one thing I do want to talk about before we end this is on Saturday. Saturday, it's like 11 o'clock. My mother decided she wanted pizza for lunch. Okay. Where do you want the pizza? She wants to try this place called Richmond Pizza, which is right near our house. Never eaten it before. Okay. Apparently her boss got her the veggie pizza during the week and she loved it. And she's like, well, I want to try it again. And we're like, okay, we'll get 2 pizzas, 1 veggie for you, and then we'll get like a pepperoni or something for us. And then we started looking at the pizzas, and there's like a cool Canadian, there's a cool deluxe, and like, they had the really cool pizzas. And then they had like a deluxe cheeseburger pizza or something. It was, I can't remember the name. The name was absurd. And we're like, oh, that looks cool. And then we found a deal where you could get 3 large pizzas and a lasagna for like $60. And my mom's like, oh, we'll do that. That seems good. That's what we did. We got 3 large pizzas, 1 vegetarian, 1 Canadian, and 1 of the cheeseburger pizza, or whatever it is. And then we got a lasagna. And we're like, okay. They said like 25 minutes, or 25 minutes later, me and my dad go pick it up. It smells great. First thing I noticed when we enter, it smells delicious in there. And we get the pizza, we head home, and we start to watch a movie. Now I was a bit like, do I want to eat now? Because it was only like 12:30 at this point or something. And I'm like, I had breakfast like little less than an hour ago. Breakfast was just fruit, but either way, I'm like, I ate like a little less than an hour ago. Do I really want to do this? But then my brother was like, I'll eat, and my mother was definitely going to eat, and my dad's like, I'll have a bit, and I'm like, all right, fine, I guess I'll just eat lunch now. So I had 1 slice of Canadian, 1 slice of the cheeseburger deluxe thing. I really like the cheeseburger pizza, so I got myself another slice. So I had 3 slices of pizza, and we had lasagna, and I was curious. I'm like, I'll just smell it. I'll look at it to see if it looks appetizing. And I can't believe this lasagna. This lasagna was exactly to the smell and to the taste of Kronos lasagna. Kronos was a place that me and my family used to go to all the time when I was really little. And the big thing at Kronos was, for me, their lasagna. Their lasagna was amazing. It was fantastic. It was the best lasagna I've ever eaten, was at Kronos. And Kronos went away. The guy who ran Kronos sold it to like some 2 brothers, but the 2 brothers kept pretty much everything the same. So, not much change. But then around the time I was in like grade 2, the 2 brothers sold it, and it became like some Chinese restaurant, and they got rid of the lasagna and everything. And I was like, oh, and my whole family was devastated. We're like, oh, because Kronos was like our place. When our family was like, oh, we want to go out and have dinner together, we go to Kronos. Want to go celebrate something? You go to Kronos. Kronos was like our family restaurant, and it went away. But we had tried to find a substitute for the lasagna, and we couldn't. We found something very similar to it, a Greek restaurant that was very similar to it a couple of years ago, but that place has now gone under. And the guy who ran it was a dick. So there's that. Um, and I was just content with knowing that I'll never get Kronos lasagna again. It's dead. Oh my god, this lasagna was Kronos. It was Kronos lasagna in the smell, in the taste. It tasted exactly the same, and it brought me back to being a little kid again. So, I mean, and also, I gotta say, the pizza at Richmond Pizza was great. I loved it. But I will be going back for that lasagna because that lasagna is Kronos lasagna to a T. Um, and I just couldn't believe it. Like, I was shocked, dude. I was so shocked. I smelled it. I'm like, that smells like Kronos. Even after all these years, I still remember what Kronos smells like. My mom smelled it, and she's like, oh my god, that smells like Kronos. My dad smelled it. He did the same thing. Me and my mom had a little bit of it, and we're like, that's Kronos. My only problem with it was that it's really small, and it's good for like three plates. It's like three portions. It's a really small lasagna. But man, I will so go back for the lasagna. Definitely the pizza too, because the pizza was great. And I know for a fact that's probably where we're gonna be ordering our pizza from now on. Is right there, because it's also really close to our house. So this is great. This is perfect. I am so happy. So yeah. Speaking of Richmond Pizza, I'm gonna be having 2 slices of Richmond Pizza for my lunch today. So that'll be great. I finished the lasagna. The lasagna is gone now. The lasagna's gone. But I was just so happy that I found Kronos lasagna after all this time, and it's a walking distance from my house. It's made me so happy. I felt like a Gideon, and then these times, that's what I need to feel.